So this guy plays like his driveways where the Maybach is. Man, you too broke to cop a Maytag fridge.
Let's go!
Lucky I ain't find you where your lame ass lives. Or we gon' spar. What is it? If we gon' spar, it's crowbars and 8 smashed ribs.
Woo!
That's about like it's like what was it like? It's like the I call it, what was it I mean, like it's comparison between like burst from a flare pistol on surface to air missiles, like it's like various things like.
You had that wordplay. Woo!
I was trying, I was trying to like adapt but do what I wanted to do in the format, but at the same time I was still very like I wanted instant gratification. So I was like most of the time.
Were you nervous going into the URL? Were you nervous?
Only because of the length of the rounds. That's the only thing that actually really stressed me out.
It's 3 minutes?
Yeah, just because with my whole like, I'm gonna write the day of or the night before thing. That works if you only have to do 3 minutes of material, multiplied by 3, remembering all that. Cause like I can remember my songs and I had a beat when I was rocking, so I had stuff that would trigger my memory. Acapella battle rap is so much more difficult than a lot of performance because you have nothing but yourself. I mean, now cats have like the crowd saying like their slogans with them and stuff like that, But then that did throw me a little bit, so I worked earlier. So I worked harder on that battle than probably any others because I worked.
So when you went there and you did good, the fans, how did you feel?
I felt good. I mean, the thing is, I still stress these days that the Grind Time New York crowd was the exact same as the Smack crowd. It's the exact same.
You ever got booed before?
I never got booed from a battle.
Smack crowd, you can't compare this.
Smack, no, I never got booed.
Smack crowd is dangerous.
No,
watch your mouth, man.
And the Deacon
they
Frost,
boo you, boo!
The Deacon Frost battle, it was crazy love from everybody, and I was really appreciative of that. And at the Jay Fox battle, down the line, they chanted my name at the end, legit like a sustained soul kind chant. When
did you want to battle Conceited? When and why?
I wanted to battle him. I think it was like a lot of 2000, like late 2009, 2010. I don't remember the timeline of that. It was because I saw him like blowing up, and at the time I wasn't really impressed, and like I was like, oh, this is so paint by numbers, blah blah blah. And I was, what? In retrospect, it was even some of the things I said, either in battles or interviews about it, was kind of childish because we're not closed-minded, and arbitrary. Like, because there's some folks who do make the wordplay stuff, like all that wordplay heavy, punchline heavy stuff.
For the record, Conceited would have fucked you up. For the record, again.
Oh, I would have obliterated him. It would have been disgusting.
For the record, he would have fucked you up again.
Especially if it was in there with the mics, with microphones, it would have been done.
Just slow it down to too much.
No, he wouldn't have. He would
have slowed it down on you 100 times. You know that.
Not at all. Not at all. The wordplay thing is not hard. It's just you have to sit around and think, well, this word sort of sounds like this. So I was, with the whole Conceited thing, I felt like, I was like, this wordplay stuff. It's like, you think about this word or phrase, and what else does it sound like? Oh, it sounds like that. And this other thing that's sort of related to that word also sounds like this. It's just like, it's not difficult. Man. No, it's not.
You know this. I can tell you. I can look at you in your face right now and knew. You called him out.
And he never answered. And he didn't have reason to. And he had no reason to. Because he was like getting big way faster at the time. It makes sense why he wouldn't beat me, but he had no reason to battle me in terms of where he was going. Because he was battling people like Arsenal at the time. Like when he was battling Arsenal, like Arsenal was one of the biggest dudes already.
So like, we know you could. We know you could lay in bed with Arsenal.
Oh no, he and I would have had a great battle. But like that's probably never.
He would have fucked you up.
He actually probably could beat anybody though, because Arsenal's like that versatile. I wouldn't be mad if I lost Arsenal because he can do
Charlie
everything.
Clips too.
Charlie Clips would never beat me, and here's why he knows that.
Whoa.
That's why Charlie Clips would
Oh, wait. Yo, please take this and record this real quick. Record this. So, Hold on, wait. Take that. Charlie Clips will fuck you up, so Charlie Clips will fuck you up. Let's go.
He wouldn't beat me if we had ever gotten a battle, only because I think he likes me too much as a person.
Get the.
I didn't go back. I think Charlie would hold back.
Charlie Clips will fuck you up.
I think also, but Charlie and I are similar because we could both do like the rebuttal stuff, and I think it would just it would boil down to that, and it'd be about who breaks first, and he would just have, the thing is, he'd have to get real mean, because I'd be real mean, and I don't know if that's too late. Charlie's such a nice guy.
He is.
Charlie is such a wonderful person, so I can't.
Very good guy, but Charlie Clips would have fucked you up, for the record.
No, because he's a better person than I am, potentially. I think he's a nicer human being than I am.
So are you good at rebuttaling?
That was what it won me. It won me whole battles. The one battle where I just choked in a round, I then turned the whole tide against it by having the illest rebuttal I've ever had in my life, and probably one of the best in battle rap by some people's account.
What did you say?
This dude Poe Rich, the king of the dot, said, and it's like one of my moments. I'm like, oh, it was a good job, SoulCon, great. So Poe Rich said. Because he was talking about ConCeited and how like I kept trying to battle him, and he said that I was obsessed with like short black men. So where was I the night that Gary Coleman died? You know, Gary Coleman just passed away. So it was a funny line. It was very it was a funny line. And Poe Rich is a great writer, so the whole angle was really well done. And I said, and the problem was in that round. Because I went first in that round, I messed up. I lost my train of thought in the middle of the round. That was the second round, and he ended the second round with that Gary Coleman thing. I said there had to have been maybe a little bit of breath that passed in between when he ended and when I was I forgot what the setup was, but I said, where was I the night Gary Coleman died? I was with your mom giving her a different stroke, and the whole building exploded, and I don't even know if I could think of something that quickly. I probably could, but phrase it right.
But you see, Charlie, you watch battles. Charlie Clips is a monster, man.
But Charlie, but then he's too nice. I'm telling you, Charlie is a nicer person. Charlie, you're a nicer person than I am.
Yeah. So SoulCon trying to give me wine to drink, trying to get me fucked up, plastered. So we already talked about Arsenal. We talked about Clips. I told you Clips would fuck you up. You said no, he wouldn't. So you understand why ConCeited chose not to battle you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
why you didn't use any tactics to bait him in? Rex, out the bathroom.
That was a never-ending struggle with the dog in the bathroom. I'm gonna wait for
There you go.
satisfied customer.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to use any. I mean, I kind of was. I was goading him. I was insulting him in interviews. I was dissing him in battles. In one of my biggest battles ever against one of his crew members, I dissed him. I dissed the whole crew.
QP.
He's super heartless. He's a nice guy. I'm all nice. All back. It's funny because that whole world, there's fake animosity. There's real animosity that there shouldn't be. Everyone in battle rap I ever met was really nice.
Well, because
you're good folks.
I mean, you don't seem like a guy that causes any trouble. So why would anybody have to be mean to you?
But even then, I feel like if you didn't start all the regional rivalry and personal beef aside, if you just didn't have that from the get, that was sort of thrown in Midwest nicer than New York, New York nicer than Midwest. What about West Coast? If you just started from the premise we are all battling, who is better, this person or that person at battling? You start from that premise, everyone would be friends. Most of the people are. Most people in battling are friends with each other.
They just go at it.
Yeah,
but you told me that you watch battles.
Okay, absolutely. Still.
Who's your favorite battle rapper? Your top 5?
My top 5? All white people. No.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding. No. My top 5 would have to be. It's difficult because it changes around.
Oh, the fuck, man.
I mean,
the hell?
I
That's disgusting.
What can I say? You just gotta let it soak in. How did you drink? How did you drink it quickly, or did you like enjoy it? Because you have to drink it, so you don't just like chug it or like take like you gotta savor it. Just let the flavors develop.
Like this, take a sip.
Yeah, not like a baby sip. Yeah, but like, is that better? Does that work better?
I see the pause. This is a pause moment.
No reason to pause. No reason to pause.
Do you get what pause is?
Yeah, of course. I used to do it all the time. It was like the #1 thing to do at Fat Beats for 5 years running or whatever.
What's Fat Beats again? I forgot.
Fat Beats is a record store.
Oh yeah,
record labels, distribution.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But yeah, like my top 5 battlers. O'Shea from Don't Flop.
Okay.
This isn't like in an order because I just like different stuff. O'Shea from Don't Flop. It's funny because I watch battles, but I don't think about things like rankings and stuff. I just watch the names I like. But yeah, O'Shea from Don't Flop is always great to watch. A-Verb is great to watch. Hollow, fantastic. It's probably one of the best of all time. I mean, the 3 people I just listed are probably some of the greatest of all time in general. I love watching. Some people I like don't even battle that much anymore. I think it's tough. That does make it difficult. But they're dope new people. I like. I love watching, even though he doesn't battle as much now, but anytime he does, it's awesome. Pass, aka Passwords. Fantastic. Immaculate.
Okay, don't tell me.
Thesaurus.
You don't like any URL guys?
I said A-Verb, Hollow. I mean, granted, they preceded URL. Math forever is one of the best. They're Head Ice.
Wow, Head Ice?
Watching Head Ice. Yeah, it was amazing. But Head Ice is like, he approaches from an angle that isn't always so specific to the opponent, but what he says...
It's dope.
It's so dope. The phrasing is incredible. The picture he paints is like, it's nuts. It's incredible. And he's able to say what he's trying to say with the least amount of words, or just the bare minimum. I mean, he says a lot. I mean, he has like obviously he's rapping for 3 minutes plus per round, just like everybody else. But he sort of he just paints just like the impression of it, and just the way he puts it. He doesn't, so he's able to play with the rhythm more. So he's able to that intonation.
I know you're talking about.
It's so cool. Daylight is, and it's one thing. I wasn't a fan of Daylight when he first was in Grind Time, but then when he kind of came back and did this the wildest stuff.
So you like the wild stuff?
Yo, he's the best. Daylight, don't stop what you're doing. I don't know what I'd say to Daylight because he can do everything. He can't. Flyer going around about that happening recently. That's not happening. I'm not coming back.
You're not coming back at all.
No.
Until you decide to come back.
Yeah, until if I did, it'd have to be after I did what I wanted to do in music.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no reason to. Not even just because it gets in the way in terms of perception, because people put people in boxes and they're like, I go to you for my battles, I go to you for my music, and I go to you for my, podcast, I go to you for my, late night television show. People don't want to see you until you go above and beyond to prove that you do something else. They don't. If they knew you were doing one thing, they're not going to expend the mental energy to take the chance. So they won't even make the first listen. They won't even take the first listen. They don't even not that they lose anything just by listening, but people just get. I think we were talking about it, the other day. People just go from link to link to link on the internet, suggested video to suggested video, something that someone posted on the news feed. There's not a lot of as much as people like to say like, oh, the internet will make people look for great new things, the internet really is a great way to make the stuff that you already like more accessible and just lead you to other stuff that's pretty much like the stuff you already like. You know, like it actually kind of locks you into the way you think about stuff and what you consume. It doesn't introduce you to as much new stuff.
Why did you tell me battle rap is not a sport?
It's not a sport because written battle rap isn't a sport because there's already too much set in stone before you get into the venue as a battle rap. Before, you know, if you're writing 3 rounds of 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever material each, you can't change so much on the fly based on what your opponent does that you'll be able to make a difference. You have what you have. You might be able to say it with more passion and conviction, but that's about it. You might be able to throw in some freestyle little bits here and there, but you know, whereas the freestyle battle era, you had to do everything spontaneously for the most part.
But that's not.
But a sport, a sport it's a competition.
It's a game plan though. Sports is a game plan.
But you change it. You can change it with every like. There's even within game plans, variation, deviation, backups, and you could do that in battle rap. But to the degree that someone would, it's just too crazy. I remember the Thesaurus once told me that for one battle he wrote 5 rounds, even though it was only 3, just in case the opponent said something else, or like made their round up enough. I'm like, yo, I can't do that. I run out of energy. I just want to, you know, you see me yawning on camera. I'm a overtaxed person as it is. When I was battling, I was like, 3 minutes around, what are you doing? Nah. You know, and people say like, oh, but you get paid this. And I'm like, yo, but what if, you know, I book shows where I get like $1,000, for instance. If I do a show that's $1,000, I'm rapping for like 40 minutes, stuff I already know that I've done before. Not even 40, usually like 30 minutes. Sometimes less. You know, proportionally in terms of effort, in terms of creative effort, because I mean I put effort in on stage when I'm performing my music, but in terms of creating new content, why would you, that's not like an economically sensible alternative, you know, that like it's not as much of a payoff. You're like, what do you, so I'm gonna do the preparation to write, you know, 9 to 15, maybe minutes to half an hour of battle rap material. You pay me a few $1,000s. Great. If music is working the way that I want to, then I could do a fraction of that work. None of the creative work because the songs are already written. And it says,
are you lazy? Like, you think you're lazy?
No, I just, you know, I get inspired when I get inspired. I'm able to tap into things when I'm able to. And if I'm not in a, you know, if I hit like a creative downturn, what am I going to devote my energy to? The thing that'll get the most mileage. That's what I want to do. You know, or even when I am inspired, like, you know, you have to just, you know, I milk every last drop of my ideas, you know, and hell, I'll throw a lot of stuff away just because I don't think it's dope enough, you know. But that versus, you know, music versus battling in terms of the effort versus the reward. And I know a lot of people like say, do it for the fans. I'm like, you're not an adult. Like, you don't have adult obligations then. There's no one in history who said do it for the fans who's a grown-up. Because do it for the fans is something you say when you assume the person who is the artist has nothing else to worry about in the world. It's like it's a sweet mindset, and I understand it, but it's unfortunately it's kind of delusional.
So you saying that you don't care about the fans?
I do care about the fans. I can't do that thing
that they
want because there's not enough longevity in it necessarily. It's not as and it's also not where my passion lies.
But you could have came back and did a 1 round just to
But then it'd be asking when's the next one, when's the next one. Everyone who comes back for one, they're always like, when's the next one?
I got you.
Oh, it's forever, and I don't blame them. I understand it. That's the thing. I appreciate people wanting me to come back. I sincerely do. Even if I get like annoyed in the moment of like, oh, another, hey, when are you coming back question? Because it's been like a million of those.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I'm not really, you know, like when I take a moment, I'm like, well, they just want to see me do something. They're entertained by it. They're moved by it.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I probably have more to contribute, even if it's to fewer people. Just even, you know, I may have had millions and millions of battle fans,
Mm-hmm.
but even if I only have a few, if I could get a few 100,000 music fans, which is not crazy, but like, because I already have tens of thousands of music fans.
Mm-hmm.
If I can do so much more for them with music than I did for battle fans, because the battle fans, what are they going to tell me? Are they going to tell me that I changed their life? That I, you know, my music fans have told me things and I'm like, wow, I made an impact in the world with this.
Okay.
My battle fans have told me things and I'm like, I made an impact, but I don't know if it's enough. I don't think it's enough. It's unfortunately for what I want to do and for what I find to be my purpose or like what I think are my obligations as an artist, it's not enough, unfortunately.
Have you ever felt like coming back in your mind at one point where you're like, yo, like you may have saw Lux come or Mook and like, yo, you know, I could, when you just, you know.
I don't know. I think initially I was like, when people had asked, like, since these people are coming back, would you be able to come back? And I thought, like, would I be able to do it? It'd be uphill battle just because of like the format change, like expanding. In terms of just the content, no, that's not a challenge. Like that, I could sustain one rhyme scheme for 32 bars if I sat down and did it.
That's fine.
But I don't. But that's the
It's
effort
something
to put in. You
it's
have
something
to do it.
You don't want to put the effort into doing it.
Yeah,
right
and not
now.
because I don't think the effort's worth it.
It's just that your effort is somewhere else.
Yeah, and that's all. And I think it can be frustrating for fans, for other battlers or artists or whatever, to hear me say things about like not wanting to battle and not be like fans will be like, well, you don't want to support your fans? Like, no, it's not that. It's just the thing that you want me to do isn't the thing I can do. As a human being, I just can't do that. For
But
what I do.
You can, but you
I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to. I can't.
You gotta use the right terminology.
I emotionally can't.
I got you.
I could mentally sit down, write a battle, perform it, beat most of the people. That's not the hard part. The hard part is being like
dedicated,
taking my focus away from music, jeopardizing what I've gotten in music by then returning to like that battle stigma, because that exists. And I know people will say it doesn't, and it's changing. It has not changed. People are like, yo, battling's bigger. And it's like, yeah, that just means you could do more as a battler. That's like being told like, all right, I paint houses. I really want to paint landscapes or portraits. I want to become like more of a less like a sort of workman like painter. I want to do less like labor and more of the art side. Like, I want to be an artist. It's a very weird comparison. I know it's not.
Okay.
Better than that. Let's do it this way. If you're on stage, you're the dopest stage actor, and you want to go to TV. And you could be nice at TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd be like, I'm an ill stage actor, but I could be on Mad Men. And you're like, but all the people were like, well, come back to the theater, come back to the stage. This is brilliant. This is amazing. Like, but that's not what I want to do right now. You know, even if I appreciate it as a form, I want to do this.
So
know?
basically, the people that you
and the battlers take it personally. That a lot of them, they're like, well, what are you saying? I'm just wasting my time. It's like, no, your plan may be different. Your plan may work.
But okay, wait, stop. The people that you're trying to get recognition from, meaning the people that can potentially invest in what you're doing, making an album,
and even fans, even listeners.
Listeners too. You mean that if you just was to take a step back into the battle rap pool, that it would be hard to get out of that stigmatism as a battle rapper?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
No matter if you got the music going, if you were to take a step right back one more time, that stigmatism would be with you for a long time.
Stigma overshadowed me in a heartbeat, and
So what about a guy like Ab Soul that came to Battle Daylight?
But he did it on his record. He did it on his terms, in a studio, privately, recorded, and it was at the end. It was like all framed in a way that he had it, and he already made it. I'm not anywhere near someone like that. I don't have TDE success. I'm not even close to that. You know, I'm not the, you know, I have done some things. I've got some recognition from some folks. I have a fan base. I'm not, you know, I'm not doing a national tour where I can guarantee 1,000 people every single venue.
Hypothetically speaking.
And if I could do that and sustain it for a while, that's a different story. And then think like, oh yeah, you know, in sort of old time's sake and just to, you know, do it battle. But that's different. That's it. People who made it already, yeah, it's cool. I'm still trying to make it. Like, people mistake that. Some people will be like, oh, but I see you on websites and blogs. You've been on, like, when, you know, college radio, internet shows, real, you know, like a broadcast radio, like commercial radio, other stuff. Like, whenever I've like been able to get on those platforms,